Hey guys, I've been drinking celery juice for a little over 3 months now, so I wanted to give you guys an update on that. If you haven't seen my videos before, my name is Jim. I talk a lot about chronic pain. Mine is due to 40 years now with thoracic outlet syndrome, and I actually also had surgery for that I think it's about 29 years ago on one side. Took some muscles out of my neck and it made me worse. So I never had the other side done. I have it on both sides. I also have had 3 back surgeries, including a 2-level lumbar fusion a little over 3 years ago now, levels L4 and L5S1. So I'm still kind of recovering from that. I've been doing pretty good, but I had a flare up this last week, so kind of been a little bit discouraged. Have pain in my legs and my feet and my toes, and so anyway, what the celery juice does, if you've never heard of it, I've been reading, following the medical medium, Anthony William. He's got 5 or 6 books. I have 3 of them. This is the Life-Changing Foods one. But what the celery juice is supposed to do is, he says, a lot of people have these chronic, conditions, fibromyalgia and autoimmune diseases and symptoms, and just all these different things. And I've been told that I have fibromyalgia. So he said the celery juice can help with a lot of these different symptoms. What it does is you drink it. He says drink it every morning when you first get it up on an empty stomach. It's 16 ounces of it. So I've been doing that. He says there's some kind of undiscovered salts. He calls them sodium cluster salts. And he said those, they kill, he said a lot of people, or almost everybody, has viruses in their system, viruses and bacteria, and that just different things that cause all these symptoms. So he says those salts, if you drink that every morning on an empty stomach, over time they start to kill off these viruses that are in your system, and the viruses are supposed to be what cause a lot of the problems. Now, in my case, I've had chronic pain for, pretty much my whole adult life. I'm 58, so like I said, I've been drinking it for the celery juice for a little over 3 months now. He says once a day. I've been drinking it twice a day. I do it in the morning and then in the afternoon as well. So about 16 ounces. Actually, I usually drink about 20 ounces. So about 20 ounces in the morning and then about 20 ounces in the afternoon. So what are the good and bad that I've noticed so far? Well, I would say the main thing I've noticed is my stomach feels really good. My digestion feels really good. Now, it does make you kind of go to the bathroom more often, but that seems like it's kind of getting where it's not as bad over time. I think my system is kind of getting cleaned out more. So, it will make you have to go to the bathroom. It's kind of a flush, so it kind of does kind of flush you out. But like I said, that really is not that big of a problem for me. I'm home all the time anyway because I'm on disability, so I don't work. So it's not really a big deal for me, and I think that's getting better with time. But like I was saying, my digestion feels really good. I used to take a lot of Alka-Seltzer and Tums and chew gum. And over the years, I've had a lot of different problems with my stomach. I've even had like upper and lower GIs done to check for ulcers and stuff like that. But they were always negative. Everything was always okay. But I feel like my stomach and my digestion feels the best that it's felt in years. So that's the main thing that I'm noticing. As far as my pain symptoms, I don't know if I'm really noticing too much there, although this last week or two, kind of before I had the flare-up of my legs, the nerves in my legs, I was thinking that it seems like my muscles are getting a little bit softer, so it might be helping there. I still do a lot of self-massage, fascia blasting and stuff, and kind of overdid it on my forearm right there a week or so ago, kind of rubbed the skin off. But, I'm doing I'm doing all that. I'm doing like fascia blasting and mobility exercises, along with this. So maybe it's been a little over 3 months. I don't know if that's really long enough. I've been watching Medical Medium. He's on Facebook and Instagram, and he has a website, but I've been listening to a lot of his Facebook videos. He does videos on Facebook, and some of these people are saying, it takes a year or so before they really started, feeling much better. So like I said, it's only been a little over 3 months for me. I'm also doing the heavy metal detox smoothie. So I've been doing that one for almost 3 months now as well. And I don't know if I can tell much difference in the way I feel from that. But what he says is that, these heavy metals build up in your system, and they can kind of get into your brain, and they can, and he also says that viruses feed on heavy metals. So if you have viruses in your system, it's just a food for viruses. So, I've been doing that. I've been eating pretty clean, mostly a plant-based diet in the morning, and then I usually have meat for dinner. So what I'll usually do is get up in the morning, I'll have my, drink my celery juice, and then I'll have some coffee and take a few supplements that I'm taking. Then I'll have my heavy metal detox smoothie, and then like maybe for lunch I'll eat, potatoes or fruit or vegetables, or just I snack on a lot of fruit during the day. He says that's a good thing to do. So a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, and then usually some meat for dinner. So I would say that the thing I noticed the most is my digestion just feels really good. My stomach, I'm not always burping, and just all these kind of other things I used to have with my stomach. The downside of drinking it, really nothing in the way I feel, really, except for I have to go to the bathroom more often. That can be kind of inconvenient sometimes. And the other thing is just, you always have to be going to the store and getting celery all the time, which I have a produce market that right in front of my house. That's really not that big of a deal, but there are days when I'm kind of busy and it's like I don't really feel like having to run out and get celery or, the ingredients for my heavy metal detox smoothie and stuff like that. So it is a little inconvenient to have to, keep stocked up on that stuff, but I would say the inconvenience is probably really the biggest downside to it. I actually feel pretty good. So I would say, to sum it up, the main thing I'm noticing is my digestion just feels really good. And I would say the biggest downside is just having to always, go to the store and shop for, all your ingredients for your smoothie and to keep the celery in stock. That's probably the biggest downside I can see so far. So I'm planning to keep this up for maybe a year. A lot of the people that have done well on it say they stuck with it, and after about a year is when they really started, noticing a big difference. So I was a little bit discouraged because I had that flare up of my lower back and my legs. So I always get a little more, discouraged when that happens. But I'm going to try to keep this going, and I'll kind of keep you guys updated on, how it's going. Like I said, if you're not familiar with the Medical Medium, I actually saw him, I was watching the School of Greatness on YouTube with Lewis Howes, and Anthony William was on there. That's how I discovered this guy, and he was talking about drinking celery juice and stuff like that, and I'd never heard of it. So I Googled him and started, reading some stuff on his website and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try that and just see what happens. So anyway, I would say, my digestion's really good. I actually feel pretty good, physically, besides, flaring my lower back and legs up. But otherwise, I'm pretty encouraged with it, and I'm going to stick with it. So, down the road, I'll make some more videos and let you guys know how it's going. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.